le petit chat mange et marche. Et tout à coup, il voit un chien brun.
Now, spending money, and even worse, wasting money, usually gets my ideas going. I wanted to get some better audio clips for my YouTube videos and narration, etc., like I'm doing now. So I decided to go out and I purchased this CAD U1 microphone. It got some pretty good reviews online, and it wasn't that expensive. I had a cheaper microphone, and if you listen to some of my previous videos, it was quite bad. My latest videos I've been making have been using this microphone. The problem is the stand is quite low, so I have to reach down towards it, or in the end I just ended up holding it. There's a little bit of static issue, but I found that that's an issue for, well, it seems to be a lot of people with their microphones. And so in order to hold it better, I decided, okay, I've seen these Swingarm designs, and I went to Amazon and I found this wonderful Swingarm design. It's not that expensive either, so I thought, oh, okay, that's not bad. I thought, well, I think I can do better. And there was a pop filter on. Again, not that much money. Total would be about $25-$29 with shipping. Looking around, I saw this say, IKEA. It's just Swingarm. It's only $10. I thought, I think I can do something with this. If I remove that lamp portion, it attaches and clamps onto the desk. This might work out. Since I finished the computer desk, this is where the microphone has been. Well, cheapness got a hold of me, ended up buying the lamp. Had to get a couple pieces of hardware, and this is the clamp that attaches the microphone to the stand. So I just undid that so I could use that to figure out what I was going to do. First thing though is just to detach the lamp. It comes actually quite easy. There's a screw and a nut on the inside, which allows the head of the lamp to come off quite easily and gives you a good mounting point for potentially the microphone. Clip the electrical wire, and then you have to unthread the wire from the arm. That took a little bit of work, but it finally came out. Then straighten out the base where we're going to attach the microphone to. And I had some leftover galvanized steel from my squirrel baffle build, and I decided, okay, might as well use this. I got a little bit extra. I drilled a hole for the bolt to go through, and you'll see kind of my cheap metal fabricating bending that I do. Now you could use anything. You could use a cookie tin. Any kind of metal that's malleable will do, but it has to be rigid as well. Screw some little holes for the bolts to go onto the lamp swing arm. And it's just tight enough so that the nut won't rotate too much in that bracket. Attach the bracket on. With the screws that already came from the lamp. There you go. Now it's a little bit, sticks out a little bit, so I decided, okay, now we got to trim things down a little bit more. And there we go. So again, and file the edges down so they're not too sharp. I put a little locking nut on the bottom so nothing rotates on the unit, and it makes sure everything stays still. And clamp it down to the desk. It's really quite easy to do this. It took me, well, a little bit of planning, but executing it took me probably less than an hour, really. And all they got to do, take the mount off the base of the original microphone stand, simply screw it onto that nut, tighten that bolt so nothing rotates. Now, however, you can rotate. Once the microphone is in, you can turn the microphone all the way around, up and down. Works beautifully. Well, there it is set up now. Of course, we had to do a little bit of cable management, and just with some not twist ties, some zip ties down the back just to keep the cable in one place. But you got to give enough slack, because as the swing arm comes up or reaches out, you need enough slack in there. Pretty neat. Now on to the pop filter. Dollarama, $1.50, can't really go wrong with this. It's just a very fine sieve. You still use that galvanized steel to make a little bit of a ring, and then pretty much cut out the sieve so that I can use that as the pop filter. And I use a lot of hot glue, Use a bit of wire also to attach the pop filter to the mic. Now aesthetically, looks pretty good. It functions really, really well, and for a total of $13.97, I'm pretty happy with that. Now here's an example of using the pop filter and not using the pop filter. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Wanted to add, I added these 2 ferrite cores to the USB cable. It helped quite a bit with the interference and static that I was having with this microphone setup. I tried so many different things. In the end, the ferrite cores worked for me. I spent a little less than half the price of purchasing it online, so I'm pretty happy with that. As always, thanks for watching.